show them that you know your stuff, that you did not come to play, and that not only can you hold it down in the workplace, but they really don't want to try you in these streets. Y'all, I know it has been a minute, but I'm back on the block. I'm back in these YouTube streets. I'm back at it, back in the game. So the last time you guys who are in my over 40 crew saw my face, I was giving y'all the tea on basically the 5 important things to know before going back to school. And so much has happened since then. So it's taken me a minute to get back, but let me give you a little bit of background. Let me bring you up to speed as to why. So I am done with my program, as you can see by the thumbnail. I've earned my degree. I earned my degree, so I'm super duper excited about that. I am done. I am an official licensed professional counselor. Well, in the state of Texas, I'm a licensed professional counselor intern, or licensed professional counselor associate, because the rules are changing. Anyway, more about that another time. But I'm also a licensed chemical dependency counselor. So I'm done, y'all. I did the damn thing. So today's video is going to be 5 lessons that I learned for those who are going back to school over 40. These are 5 like super important lessons that I learned along my journey, and I really hope that they are helpful for you guys as you are either about to begin your journey, or maybe you're in the middle of your journey, or maybe you're getting towards the end, but hopefully they will be helpful for you along the way. Okay, so number 1 is creating a community or joining a community while you are in graduate school. So I talked a little bit about this in my previous video, which was the important things to know before going back to graduate school. And I believe I had touched upon how important it is for you to either get with other students and be able to hold each other accountable and things of that nature. Well, what I learned along this journey is that did not change. As a matter of fact, it needed to be boosted. You needed to do more of that. You definitely need to do more of that on the journey, because there's something that a lot of graduate school programs have. It's called a cohort. Okay, so a cohort is basically a group of students who start the program together. Whatever it is that you're studying, you all have started together, and you matriculate, or you grow through the academics and the courses and everything together, and you graduate together. So it's kind of like your own little family that you lean upon one another as you go throughout this program. So in that sense, I was able to join in with the community of my cohort in order to get through this program. Like, seriously, we would email and call and text one another, or now since we're in this whole COVID situation, we might even video chat with one another in order to help each other understand assignments, or how to get through a particular paper, how to access something within Blackboard, which was the course management system that my school used. There's so many different reasons why you would definitely want to have a cohort. And if your program does not offer a cohort, no worries, you can create one. Because even though in my program, which was the counselor education program, and my concentration was clinical mental health counseling, so there were many of us who started together, or we either started within like the first semester or second semester of one another, or something like that. But there was this sense of feeling like okay, I'm kind of out here all alone. I'm not really sure what I'm doing. And so one of my classmates actually started something called, I think she initially called it like the Counselors Coffee Club, where we would meet up like once a month. Pre-COVID, of course, we was meeting up at a coffee shop or somewhere. And we would just sit and have an opportunity to vent, to encourage and support one another, to share ideas about assignments or whatnot. And so that kind of snowballed into for one, it snowballed into having way more students, because we started off as a very small group of maybe 4 to 6, and then it snowballed into basically anybody in the program who needed support, or wanted to be able to offer support to join that. And it was a wonderful thing. I tell you, some of the individuals who I met within this particular community, I'm sure we will be lifelong friends, not just colleagues, but friends, because of our connections that we made. So joining a cohort, or starting off with a cohort, joining a community, it's super duper important for your growth and to help others grow as well. Okay, number 2, the second lesson that I learned as I went through this graduate program after 40 is networking, which really goes along with having a cohort. But let me give you a little bit more tea about networking. So when it comes to networking, you want to include everyone in your network who may be what's the word I'm looking for? Everyone in your network who will be key to helping you establish jobs in the future or growth. And then also maybe you can offer more information to them in order for them to establish themselves in the profession. Oh, y'all, I'm outside. So if you see me flinching and flicking, like, I love outdoors, but I live in Texas and it's all kinds of bugs. So, y'all, it's y'all, yeah. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh, networking. Okay, so you want to make sure that you are networking with your professors. Very key. They're not just there to teach you content, and truth be told, some of them aren't really teaching the content, you teaching yourself. I'm just saying, I'm just keeping it all the way real, period. You need to network with your professors because they know this industry. They know people in these streets, okay? They have connections. They're able to build bridges between you and maybe future jobs, or you and upcoming workshops and things of that nature. You know, they basically got the sauce that you need as a newbie entering into the profession. So get with some of your professors and start to build solid relationships, a solid foundation to help you become an established professional once you graduate and are ready to get out there. Also, part of networking, I mentioned workshops. So you want to attend as many workshops, webinars, and conferences as possible. I mean, as many as you possibly can. And now, since we are in this whole COVID situation, it's super duper easy to do that because there's a lot of people who are holding these things online. Sometimes, and many times, I've been finding them for free. Yes, who don't love a good freebie? Yes. So, I have been to professional growth webinars and workshops and conferences that deal with specific things within my profession. I have been to professional workshops and conferences that will help me to interact better and serve my clients better. Oh goodness, I've been to so many different things, and many of them offer continuing education credits, which you will need if your profession requires licensure. You're going to need continuing education credits in order to keep your license valid. So attending these workshops and webinars and conferences and things like that, it really serves multiple purposes. not just for networking, but also for your continuing education credits. And it gives you an opportunity to exchange information. Somebody might know somebody who might know somebody else who works somewhere that you desire to work. And they may be able to kind of bridge you and that company through the different partnerships and relationships that have been built. You see what I'm saying? Do y'all feel me? Is this making sense? So important, you guys. So for my introverts out there, you guys are going to have to kind of push yourself to be present and learn how to maneuver up in these streets in order to get where you need to be. Okay, I'm going to get a little bit more into that later. So the number three, third lesson that I learned going back to school over 40 is sometimes being an intern sucks. Okay, let me say this. So, okay, Bug, I'm gonna need you to go. Leave me alone. I'm doing a video. Thank you. Okay, so I know not all of you guys who are going back to school, y'all may not have to endure doing an internship, but there are a majority of y'all will. Okay, it's just no way around it. You got to do an internship in order to learn the craft, in order to be underneath supervision until you are deemed competent enough to do it and be out there on your own. And since I'm in the counseling profession, I couldn't avoid it. So let me just go in and get to the point. Oh, child, being over 40, you've been here for a minute. You know a little bit of something. You done been in these streets and down these blocks, and you know some things. But a lot of times you're working with professionals who are younger than you. They've already earned their license and their graduate degrees, and they are 23, 25, 26, and they think they know it all. And they flex, or at least they try to flex on you while you are in your internship. And it's difficult as an intern because you know that you're there to learn, but for one, you're not getting paid. So there's an exchange of services, your services, for experience. So while you're not getting paid, you would hope that it would be a wonderful opportunity to grow and learn and make these connections and whatnot. And it is, don't get me wrong, but there's this element of it that I personally didn't like, and that was being treated as less than. There are some people, not all, but there are some people that I came across who wanted to flex on me and basically throw in my face that I'm just an intern. Now, of course, they didn't say that directly, but you know how folks get down in these streets. Sometimes it's that, those indirect passive aggressive stuff that happens, that they let you know that you're not necessarily wanted there, that they're better than you, and that you don't know nothing, and that you're in the way. These are all personal things that I felt. These are all personal things that I experienced in my various internship experiences. So the difficult part was remaining humble and not pulling that, look, I'm probably old enough to be your mama, so I'm gonna need you to go on and sit down somewhere. But I didn't do none of that. I'm just saying, that's the type of shit that you're gonna have to deal with if you are interning up in these streets and you're over 40. Just get ready, because somebody is going to be out there trying to flex on you. But you have to just continue to show your professionalism, but at the same time, let folks know that you ain't here to play no games. Okay? You have a goal. You are setting yourself up for a better and brighter future, and they are just one, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know. I can't think of the word I'm looking for. But they're just one piece of the puzzle, pretty much. Oh, y'all hear the cicadas? I'm outside, clearly. Um, okay, y'all. Can I finish my video? Hey. Okay. Hey, y'all. Hey. So, interning, very, very important to just know that I'm sure you will come across some real nasty, nasty, nasty people that don't want you there. And the thing is they are gonna forget and act like they don't recall being exactly where you were. Like, seriously, you were an intern at one time. Like, for real, like, now you want to flex and act like you ain't never been here before. You would think that these people would want to pour into you. You would think that they would remember, oh, I remember when I was an intern and how difficult it was. But no, they want to give you a hard time. So whatever, you just go in there, do a bang up job, do the damn thing, show them that you know your stuff, that you did not come to play, and that not only can you hold it down in the workplace, but they really don't want to try you in these streets. Y'all understand what I'm saying? Anyway, we're gonna move on from intern because I'm feeling some type of way. Moving on. The fourth lesson that I learned was being an intern over 40. The fourth lesson that I learned was keep all of your books, your materials, your papers, or just anything that's downloadable. If you guys have an academic, I think I had told y'all a little bit about Blackboard before, which is the place where we go to access all of our grades and content and anything that has to do with our courses. So a lot of times, if you have something similar to Blackboard that you're working with, a lot of times the professors are going to put things in there that are downloadable. They may be PowerPoints, they may be PDF files for scholarly research. They may be there may be I know you lying, gone. There may be all sorts of wonderful resources that you can access. Download them all, you guys, and keep all of your books, especially if you're in a profession where you need to constantly stay abreast of trends and different modalities, meaning like different types of therapy in my case, different types of techniques in my case, different just different ways of working and moving in this profession. Your resources that you have paid for are going to be invaluable for you as you move on, especially as a brand new professional, because there may be things that you need to look back upon and say, okay, I know that solution focused theory or solution focused therapy is all about tackling the issue or the challenges by looking for solutions to the problem and not necessarily highlighting the problem. But I can't really remember all of the particular techniques or systems or whatnot that go along with that. And so you have a host of resources that you don't have to go repurchase as long as you keep them. And also, sometimes your professors give you guys things, or will give you guys things that you don't think are invaluable as a student, because you're just kind of going along trying to finish the program, and sometimes you don't know if it's Saturday or Tuesday. I'm just going to keep it all the way real. But keep those things, because you'll begin to see that they really are worth something. And later on down the line, as you are digging and looking for things, you'll save yourself a lot of money because you've already spent it up front. You hear what I'm saying? Buying all of that stuff and going through the program itself. So hopefully that is helpful for you guys. Keeping all of your books, materials, download everything, everything, and save it. Get yourself an external hard drive if you don't have one, so that it doesn't take up all of the memory on your laptop or your desktop or whatever device you're using, tablet, iPad, whatever. Get yourself an external hard drive with like what is it now? They have a terabyte or a couple of terabytes of space where you can upload all that stuff, or upload it into like your Google Cloud or some sort of cloud management system. Have a backup basically for all of your files. Okay, and then the fifth, y'all know my favorite number is 5. So the fifth lesson learned, going back to school over 40, simply don't be afraid to put yourself out there. Do not be afraid to put yourself out there. What do I mean by that? So there's going to be times when you might be, let's start with the simple thing. You might be called upon in class to expound upon, I don't know, whatever it is that you're learning. And you might not feel very comfortable or confident in providing some content in that area, because maybe you feel like what you're going to say isn't of value. Maybe you feel like what you're going to say isn't going to be received well, because maybe in your mind you've already kind of convinced yourself that it doesn't make sense, and I don't know. So I'm going to encourage you to go ahead and contribute whatever it is. Take some deep breaths and put it out there, because I guarantee you, many times whatever is on your mind is on a bunch of other people's minds, and everybody is afraid to speak up and say something. But if you are that one brave soul who is ready and willing to put yourself out there, you're going to help so many other people who are saying, dang, I was thinking the same thing. Man, I was thinking the same. I was going to say that, but I was too scared to say something because I didn't know how it would be received. I'm speaking from experience, because how many times did I sit in the classroom with a thought and I'm like, ooh, I don't know. Well, it makes sense to me, kind of, but what if everybody else is like, ooh? So I went through that for a few semesters when I started, just not being sure of myself. But what I found was, as other students began to share, and I'm sitting there saying, dang, I was thinking that. Okay, so I was on the right track. Or, you know what? I need to get out there more and start to be a leader, and not just sit back and passively learn. And not that passive learning is a bad thing, but when you take the risk of putting yourself out there, you're developing those leadership muscles, if I can say that. You're developing skills that you're going to need as you enter your profession. And it's just going to help you feel not only more confident, but it's also going to help you be more competent, right? Because as you put things out there and you realize that you're on the right track, you're developing, you're growing, you're learning, your confidence is growing, but now your competence, meaning your level of expertise, is growing as well. And so it's going to be a win-win for you in your development, not just professionally, but personally. Does that make sense? If you need a little bit more on that, just put something in the comments below, ask me a question below, let me know. So yes, the other thing I wanted to say about putting yourself out there is when you are a graduate student, you'll have opportunities to present. So what does that mean? It means that you're going to have opportunities to be a presenter or a speaker in some sort of workshop, conference, or webinar. And I know that might sound super scary to some of y'all. Like, what you mean? Like, stand up in front of a whole bunch of people and talk about something or teach something? Ooh, wait a minute. Not me. Yes, you. You. Right there. And you too. Yeah, I'm talking about y'all. So, you guys, there is so much opportunity out there to be a presenter. So much opportunity out there to just jump in, put yourself out there, and begin to be comfortable with being a voice in your professional community. And why would you want to do that? Well, there's a number of reasons why. One, it can help expand your network, right? Because as you become a presenter, other people will want to learn from you. They may say, dang, I never really knew anything about that. They will want your contact information. They may want you to present for them in other organizations. They may pass your information on to somebody else who's looking for someone with your knowledge and skills to present at their upcoming shindig or whatever it is that they got going on, right? So it's opening up your network. Again, it's building your confidence and your competence. But also, for those of you who aspire to like continue your education for whatever reason, maybe you want to go on and get a PhD, or you want to become a medical doctor, or whatever it is, when you are presenting, you're establishing yourself as an expert in the field. You are building your resume, or in academia we call it a curriculum vitae, and you are working with other professionals in the field who are going to help you develop and grow and learn. So all of these things are going to work together in order to help you on your professional and on your personal journey, right? So I encourage you, do not be afraid to put yourself out there. It's super duper important, and you're gonna see the fruit of your labor. Initially it may feel scary, right? Initially it may feel like you're jumping off the pool and jumping into the deep end, and you're like, what the hell did I just do? Like, what the hell did I just sign up for? But I promise you, if you just take the leap, you're gonna be like, oh, let me go back so I can talk to Tika, so I can let her know that it was the bomb, that it worked out well, and that I met all these people. Okay, so enough of that. What else was I gonna say? I was gonna talk to you guys about something else, but I think that was it. So you guys, that is my 5 lessons learned going back to school over 40. If you have any comments or questions, please put them down below so that I can address them. And this will not be my last video that you see. I will not have these super duper long gaps. Now that I'm done with graduate school, I have the time to create more. I have the time to be in my element, because this is what I love to do. I love to help you guys. So let me tell y'all something. So I'm thinking about doing a Q&A, right? I'm noticing that there's a lot of people who are thinking about going to school and they're over 40 years old, and they have all sorts of questions. So if you would like to see me do a Q&A, could you just let me know down in the comments below? Also, if you want me to go live, because I'm thinking about going live as well, like going live and just doing like a whole Q&A for returning to graduate school over 40, please let me know. Other than that, y'all know what to do. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and like, comment, share, and subscribe. Until I see you on the screen in my next video, peace, love, and blessings.